Okay, so I'm starting the second video, which is for the second multiple choice. Your second multiple choice is going to be on day 2, which is going to be Wednesday for you guys, and you're going to be allowed to use a calculator. Okay, first question. We want an expression. One of these four, A, B, C, D, is similar. It has the same value as this. So let's simplify this thing over here and see if we can write it another way that will come out to either A, B, C, or D. So 8 minus 3 is 5 to the second power, minus 5 minus 2 over here is 3, and that's going to be raised to the second power. I still don't have anything that looks like that. 5 to the second power is 25, 3 to the second power is 9, and now I see something that is similar. So another way of writing this whole thing over here is 25 minus 9, okay? And my computer's heating up again. I don't know what I can do about this. Let's see if I lift it. 10. A contractor digs a hole for a basement of a new house that is 40 feet long. So I'm going to draw that. 40 feet long, 10.5 feet deep, and we want the width. What is the width? So if it has those three, obviously the hole is going to be looking like this. All right. So imagine if it's a swimming pool, for example, you have to dig up the dirt from inside here to obviously, create your swimming pool. So I know that this is 40 feet. I don't know the width, so I'll just put W. And I do know the height. It went 10.5 feet down, right? The height of that. They give you the volume here, so this is backwards. So if you have this formula, B times H, we're not looking for the volume. This is given to us. So it's going to be done in a different way. So this is how you set it up. Volume is given, so that we know what it is, 6,510. The big B, it's the length and the width, right? So we have the length, the width, and the height. So we're going to multiply 40, which is the length, times the width that I don't know, times the height, which is 10.5. So we're missing this number. So what can this number be so that when I multiply these three, right, it could become 6,510. Well, one thing you can do, you can multiply the 40 and 10.5, right? The associated property, we can multiply those two. So let's leave the W over here. And over here, multiply 10.5 times 10. But I'm going to change that 10.5 to 10.5. Multiply by 40. So 1, 2, 3, add a 0, right? Add a 0 over here. 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2. 4 times 1 is 4. And you get 4200. We need one decimal place, so it's 420. So 40 times 10.5 is 420. I'm still missing the W here. So what times W equals 6,510? Now, if you have a calculator, you can put these numbers. You can try 420 times 80. Does it give you 6,510? You can try 81 and 1/4. So 81 and 1/4 trick, guys. Just change it to 0.25 in your calculator, okay? You can try all these four numbers, or you can solve it as an equation. This is a multiplication equation, right? So multiplication equation, let me draw the line. So you have two choices. If you don't want to continue, you can plug in those four numbers over W, see which one gives you 6,510, or you can solve it. We're going to divide this by 420. And we're going to divide this by 420. This 420 becomes 1, or so we're going to bring down 1 W, or just simply 1. And in your calculator, you're going to divide 6,510 divided by 420, and that gives us 15.5. So the width of that basement here, the prism, is 15.5. So 30 is D. Nice day. Very nice day today. For the record, our team, your school team, won. We won. We defeated school IS 311, 8-2. That was a pretty good game. Only boxes less than 3.5 feet wide will fit through a doorway. Which measurement shows the width of the 3 boxes that will fit through the doorway? What? Okay, so I see. So here's a doorway. Right, pretend it's a door. And you're carrying the door, right? And to fit, you have boxes. One box, another box, another box. So you know that the width here is 3.5 feet. Here to here. in feet, but your boxes are in inches. So you're going to have to change this to inches. So you know, what do we know here? 1 foot is 12 inches, right? So 2 feet would be 24 inches. 3 feet would be 36 inches. And we have half a feet, and then half a feet would be 6 inches. So we add plus 6 here, and we get 42. So another way of doing that would have been 1 foot is 12 inches. So 12 times 3.5, right? Because we have 3.5 feet. If you multiply that, you will get, let's see, 60, 32. 10 goes 1, 6. 3 times 2, 6. Sorry, distribute a 6 and 3. 6, 2, 4. 1 decimal place, 42. So the width of this door is 42 inches. So you have to change it to inches. So now, which 3 boxes will fit? Will 36 fit? Yes. Will 42? No. Will probably be, yeah, I don't think it'll fit. Okay, so that's not a good choice. This one will fit, but these, so we want all 3 boxes to fit, so that's not going to work. No, no, yes, that's not going to work. Yes, yes, and yes. C, all 3 boxes fit. This is a yes, yes, but that one is a no. So final answer is C. 31 is C, okay? 32, on a particular blah, 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 Saturday, 60% of the visitors, 60% what? Of the visitors to an art meeting were students, okay? 144 students, how many total visitors? Right, so percent proportion. This is a percent, this is the part, this is the total. So what do we know? That there was 60% of the visitors that came to this museum today were students, and that means that it says here 144 students, so 144 is the same thing as saying 60% of all the people. So how many people in total it came? So 144 were students out of how many total? So that's the number we want to find, okay? So is the relationship between, can 16 times anything come for, we're going this way, right? 16 times anything be 144? Nope. And up and down, I still say no, so we're going to have to reduce this. Let's divide this by something that will work into 144. Let's divide this by 5. If I divide 60 by 5, I get 12. If I divide 100 by 5, I get 20. It's 12 have a relationship with 144? Yes, it does. So this is no longer in use. 12 into 44 is times 12. And at the bottom, it's always going to be, also going to be times 12. So, and 20 times 12 is 240. So the total number of visitors that came that day were 240, out of which 144 were students. 33. Triangle ABC. Can I make this a little smaller? What do we want to do? What is the area of the trapezoid formed by the what? By the 2 triangles? All right, so there's a triangle ABC and BC. So let's do the triangle ABC. -6, -7, -6, -7, which is somewhere down here. That's A. B is -6 and -4. C is 2 and -7. 2, -7. Where's -7? Right here. Here's your triangle ABC. All right, and then now you want the other triangle, and the other triangle is, you need the point D, sorry, 8 and 4. 8 and 4. What? Triangle ABC and BCD. This is D, so there's another triangle here. B, C, D. What? Did I do something wrong? What do we want? We want, what is the area and square of the trapezoid ABDC? Trapezoid. Where's the trapezoid? AB. I don't see a trapezoid. Oh my god, I just moved the whole thing. So I'm gonna start again. So -6. -7. We'll call that A. -6 and 4. Ah, it's over here. Oh my god, sorry. -6 and 4. Call it B. 2 and -7. 2 and -7 down is here. A, B, C. D, 8 and 4. 8 and 4. Okay, I see the trapezoid. C, D. Okay, so there's your trapezoid. This, I plotted wrong. This goes like this. This goes upside down, I guess. Trapezoid. And we want the area. So the area of this, you can do two triangles, so they had two triangles here. So you can do base times height divided by 2 here. Base times height divided by 2 of the top triangle. Or if you remember, h b1 plus b2 divided by 2, your choice. So I'll do it both ways. So if I take this triangle over here, my base would be this, right? So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The height is from A to B, which is 7 plus 4, which is 11, divided by 2. The 8 times 11 is 88, divided by 2 is 44. So the area of this is 44. And this one, the base is from here, from B to D. So B is 6, and this one is 8. So its base is 14. And the height is this line right here. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to divide that by 2, right? Base, this base times height divided by 2. 14 times 11, or you can just make it 7. It's equal to 77, all right? So the area of this triangle is 77. So the area of both triangles, 44 plus 77, 1, carry 1, 8, 121. Is there 121? Please, please, please. And there is, so the answer is B. Okay, 33 is B. So you could have done it with these two triangles, or you could have done it with, what do you call, HB. So this would be, all right, so let me see if I can reverse this a little bit. No, I can't. All right, so you could have done B1 over here, B2 over here, and that height if you wanted to use that, okay? The trapezoid formula. Either way, it's the same thing. 34. Which expression is equivalent? Okay, so these ones you should really have no problems doing. It's combining like terms. So what can we combine? We can combine this guy. It's this guy. 3x and 3x is 6x. And if I combine 14 and 10, I get 24. And it still doesn't look like any of these. Now, at least, you have this. So which of these, after doing the distributive property here, would equal to that? So look at the first one. 4 times x is 4x. Definitely not, because it has to be 6x. So this is out. This is out. And this actually works because 6 times x is 6x, but 6 times 24 is definitely not 24, so this is out. And the last one, 6 times x over here is 6x, plus 6 times 4 is 24, gives us that. Okay? So, oops, I forgot to write. 34 is D. Okay? Okay, only 20 more questions. Consider a trapezoid. What is the area of the trapezoid? Okay, so you have 3 triangles. Okay, 3 triangles. You can do base 1 plus base 2, and you can do this HB1 plus B2 divided by 2, or you can do the area of this rectangle, triangle, this triangle, this triangle. So I would here do the area of the triangle because all the triangles are the same. So let's do this triangle right here. Base times height divided by 2. The base is 6, right? The height is 4 divided by 2. 6 times 4 is 24 divided by 2 is 12. So you're going to get 12. But you have 3 triangles, right? So 12 here. This would be also 12. And also 12 for this one. So 12, 12, and 12. 36 square inches. Better than doing this one, okay, for this particular one. Okay? So that was A, 35. 36, Sabina had $40. She paid $T for lunch and 0.5 times D for a snack, which expresses the amount of money she has left. So she has left, well, you would have to do 40 minus D, right? Dollars for lunch, and minus 0.5 D for a snack. All right, so it's not plus, right? That's gone. It's not multiplication. That's gone. And it's definitely not division. Even if you didn't do the subtraction part, and by the way, there's a D here. The only one that makes sense is this one. So the reason this is 40 minus 1.5D, here's what she spent, D. Right? And what's in front of the D? A 1. She spent 1D, and she also spent 0.5D for a snack. So what's 1 plus 0.5? 1.5D. Right? So to find out how much she has left over, you started with 40, and she spent 1.5D for lunch. Okay. It's the only one that makes sense also because of the operations. In order to find out how much she has left, you have to do subtraction. None of the other one makes any sense. So this, even if you sort of messed up this part here, logically, this one is the only one that would make sense. Okay, so use those to your advantage. I forgot. 36 is C. 37. A piece of wood. Piece of wood. It's 3/4 of a meter long. And I'm going to write 0.75 here because sometimes it's easier to work with decimals. And you want to cut that are which equation can be solved? Well, actually, all my multiple choices are in fraction format, so I'm going to take the decimal out. And you want to cut them into 1/10 pieces. Right? So, which equation could be solved to find the number of pieces that can be made? Well, you have 3/4, and you would definitely do divided by 1/10. Okay, so here is the problem with this question. It's not this one. Okay. You have one. Oh, it's definitely not this one because that says 4/3. It has to be 3/4, not this one. This one also says 4/3, so it's not this one. And the only available choice is this one. Now, why is it this one? Because 3/4, when you divide it by 1/10, okay, they're saying that that's the same thing as this, which is multiplied by the reciprocal 10/1. And these two are equal. Okay, so here they actually did what I really don't like, keep, change, flip. All right, where they kept the first fraction, changed the division to multiplication, and they changed the 1/10 to 10/1. Okay. Here, if you get stuck, if you multiply this across, you get 3/40. Does that make any sense to you? That you can have 3/40 pieces make left? No. Here, 3 times 10 is 30. 4 times 1 is 4. And if you change that to a mixed number, 4 goes to 37 times. 2 left over 4. Or 7.5. You can cut it. You can, so in other words, you can have 7.5 pieces. So that makes sense. Here, well, here doesn't make sense because this is reverse. It's 3/4, not 4/3. So right away, I cut these two out. Okay, so the only available choice would be B, even if you did this the really long way. Okay, 37 is B. These kind of makes the test seriously. Got to make it smaller. Yep. Which table shows the greatest ratio of dollars earned to hours worked? So who makes the most per hour? Okay, so remember when we did that experiment in class, the winks, the jumping jacks, who does more? Well, the problem here is everything is different apparently, right? So nothing can be compared. Is there anything that they share? that is the same number of hours. This has a 2, 6, 14, 17. Is there anything the same? No. So we need to find the unit rate. So find the unit rate. Let's go back one. So for here, let's go back one. For 2, how did the 2 become a 1? Divided by 2. So 16 will be divided by 2. Be 8. So in 1 hour, he makes $8. Here, let's make a 1 here too. How did the 3 become a 1? Divide by 3. So 18 divided by 3 gives you 6. So this guy makes $6 an hour. What about here? On your table, add a 1. How did the 4 become a 1? Divide by 4. So 36 over here divided by 4 is a 9. How much does this guy makes? $9 an hour. And finally here, put a 1 over here on your table. And how did 5 become a 1? Divide by 5. And this would be divided by 5, which would be 7. So who makes the most money? Letter C. 38 is C. I don't know where. There's no, but 38 C. I don't know where. Multiple choice maybe didn't print out. 39. Which equation, let me make this bigger. Which equation is true for any value of y? What in heavens? What is this? Oh. 4y, which equation is true? 4y times 4y. Okay, so here is one where you can do this. This 2 and this 2 the same. Is 4y times 4y the same thing as 4y squared? No, because 4 times y would give you at least 16, right? So A is gone. B, this 2 and this 2 are the same. 4y over here, 4y plus y is 5y. So is 5y the same thing as 4y squared? No. This one, this 2 and this 2 is the same. Y plus y is, here's the thing, you didn't learn how to do multiply variables here. So that one's out, the first one's out, second one's out. I want to explain to you in a second why it might be C. D, 4 plus, actually, y plus y is 2y, right? And 4 times 2y is 8y, which is nothing that's on this side. So the only ones available is letter D. And let me explain if there's another way of doing this. Pick a value, y equals 0. Y equals 0, that's not a good value. Let's see. No, that would work. Y equals 0. You put y is 0. If it's 0, okay, so let's try. Let me start again. So everything I said before holds true, but I want you, if you don't know, pick a value for y. First one, it'd be 4 times 0 squared plus 2 equals 4 times 0 times 4 times 0 plus 2. 0 to the second power is just 0. This is, no, not the way to do it. Well, I'm going to repeat what I said before. Over here, 4 times 4 is 16, right? So that definitely doesn't look like the 16 on that side, right? So 4 times 4 is 16, and this is a 4 on this side, so you have 4y squared plus 2. Inside the parentheses on that side, you have 16, and y times y is y to the second power. Okay, when the bases are the same, you add the exponents, but they shouldn't have done this question. Okay, so anyways, just by multiplying the two 4's, you know that this doesn't look like this, so A is gone. B, 4y squared plus 2 equals, and inside the parentheses you have 4y plus y. They're both like terms, so you can have 5y plus 2. Does this look like this? No, so B is gone. C I'm going to leave for last. D, actually C I'm going to do now. 4y squared plus 2 and equals, inside the parentheses you have 4 and y plus y is 2y, right? Plus 2. 4 times 2y is 8y plus 2. Does this 8 look like this 4? No, it doesn't. So C is also gone. Gone, gone, gone. So the only one is D. And I'll leave it at that. Okay. So 39 is, what did I say 39 was? D. 40. The library has at least 5,000 books. So the number of books that I have in the library is has to be, well, greater than 5,000, because having at least, there's at least for sure 5,000. Does it have more than that? Yep. And then, so if it's at least 5,000, I can have 5,000, which lets me put that equal sign. So that would be B. 40B. 41, Paige was assigned some math problems. She solved 32. Let me just try my math. So let's set a percent proportion here. Okay. I know 100 goes here. Percent will go over here, right? So we want to find out how many problems she has assigned. She did 20% of them. So no, she solved the first 32 of the problems before dinner. She finished the last 20%, and see, I am at fault here. I need to pause for a second. Phone's ringing. Pause. Okay, so we're back. Sorry. Apparently, I'm eating duck today. So she did 32 problems. All right, so this one's a little complicated, tricky, and I fell for it. So she did. We know for sure she did pre-dinner. And she finished the last 20%. So after dinner, she did the last 20%. Right? It says she finished the last 20% after dinner. That's dinner, two ends. Dinner. So what do I know? I know that these 32 questions, if she finished 20% after dinner, that means that she finished 80% before dinner. Right? So how many questions were there in total? Now I can solve this. All right, so here we go. I'm going to use this information, and this is the magic number that you needed. You needed to know that these 32 questions that she did before dinner was 80% of all the work that was assigned. Percent proportion, 100. 80%. 80% of the work that she did was 32 questions. So how many questions is part of this total? So how many questions were in total? And okay, and that's what we need to know. Is there a relationship from 80 to 32? No. Up and down? Also no. But there is between 8 and 32. So let's reduce this to 8 and 10. So let's divide by 10. Divide by 10. We're going this way, which is times 4. And over here will be times 4. So 10 times 4 is 40. So how many questions were there in total? 40. Which means that she did how many after dinner? 8, right? Because that's the difference. So 41. Let's see. Tricky. And I fell for it. Well, not that bad. 42. There is your net of a triangular prism. And too big. We want what is the combined surface area of all 6 patches. So there's a little work to do here. Okay, so a triangular prism. There's no formula here, so you're gonna have to do 2 triangles, right? And we'll take this triangle over here, right? You're telling me that the height's 12, so and this right here is 10, because this is 10, that's 10, right? So it's 10 and the height is 12. 10 and the height is 12. So there's my 2 measurements for my triangle. Take this rectangle. Let me erase this messy thing over here. So let me erase that. So let me erase this. Let's deal with a rectangle. There are 3 rectangles. Don't assume they're all the same. So let's take the top rectangle on the top, right here. That's 26. And over here is 13. Let's take care of the rectangle in the middle. The rectangle in the middle, apparently this is 10, right? And we need this, and this is 26, right? So that's 26. This is 20. This is 26. Ugh. This is 26. This is 26. And this is 26. That's not going to change. And our last rectangle at the bottom, over here, it's going to be 13, because I guess this, right, this side and this side are the same, so 13 and 26. All right, because you have a calculator, it's not going to be that difficult. So let's start with a triangle. It's a base 10 times 12 divided by 2, so 120 gives me 60. So my triangle, this is 60, this is 60. My first rectangle is 26 times 13, that gives me 338. My second rectangle is 10 times 26, which is 260, and the last one is the same. What am I doing wrong, and why are these numbers really high? Oh, okay. All right, so if I add all those, you got 60 plus 60 plus 338 plus 260 plus 338 again. And the total is 1,056. And here's another piece of information that I didn't read, and I probably would have been going crazy wondering why 1,056 is not here, is that she has 6 packages. So this is the surface area for one package. All right, one package is going to take 1,056 square inches, right, to cover that whole thing. But I have 6 of these packages. I want to wrap all 6. This would be 6, carry the 3, 33, and 6. 6,336 inches squared because I have 6 packages. Final answer, 42, letra C. C. Okay, read the whole questions. As you can tell, I'm not, only because I'm being too lazy, but don't be like me. All right, so this one, we plotted points to represent the plane. The first 2 points are shown the verges of a rectangle. Which could be the other 2 points Jose plotted? Well, let's see. Let's try A, 6 and 5, 6 and 5. 6 and 5, that's okay. 6 and 6, that's not okay, so A is gone. 7 and 5, 7 and 5, that's okay. 7 and 1, that's okay. So let me erase this, and that would work. So B definitely works. C, 5 and 8, 5 and 8 is all the way up here. Okay, so C automatically is gone because that's not going to make us a rectangle. It's going to be like a trapezoid, so I'm not even doing C. D, 4 and 7, 4 and 7, again 4 and 7 over here, and that also, whatever point 4 and 3 is, and I'll show you, 4 and 3 definitely doesn't make us a rectangle, make us a parallelogram. Okay, so the only one that makes a rectangle is B, so 43 is B. Okay, so some questions, as you can tell, we require some work. Some questions are pretty more straightforward. 44, hockey has 3 periods, so plays 3 periods. Hopefully you understand what the period is. So you play 20 minutes, then you play 20 minutes, then you play 20 minutes. Okay, so what is the ratio of Colin's playing time compared to the total number of minutes of possible playing time? All right, so there's 20 minutes 3 times. So the game itself has 60 minutes of game time. Colin plays 12 minutes, so he played 12 minutes in the first 20 minutes, 12 minutes the second 20 minutes, and 12 minutes. So for a total of 36. So the ratio was 36 to 60, and you notice that none of these look like 36 to 60. You can simplify. You could have also used 12 to 20, by the way. All right, so for every period, 12, the number of minutes played, the number of total minutes in the period, 12 to 20. So 36 to 60 is the same thing. Still, we don't find anything that looks like that, so let's simplify. Let's divide what goes into 12 and 24. So let's go 12 divided by 4 is 3. 20 divided by 4 is 5. You got 3 to 5. And there is this, our initial ratio, 36 to 60, simplified to 3 to 5. Okay, so he plays 3 minutes for every 5 minutes of game time. Okay, so 44 is D. Yikes. 45. Which point is a reflection? Ooh, reflections. We haven't done that for a long time. Okay, so remember reflection. Think of it the mirror. Okay, so here is your, okay, and reflection over across the y-axis. Ooh, you're reflecting this 2 times. Okay, so for this one of the tricks you can do is, so let me find where -2. You can use one of the graphs from the other questions. If you see a what do you call one of the coordinate grid, use from one of the prior questions. Okay, so let's see if I can do it without. -2 and 9 would be -2, 2 over this way, 1, 2, and all the way up, 9. So there is -2, 9. I'm going to reflect this over, this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. So I'm going to reflect this over here first, right? It's going to jump from this. So if I were looking at the mirror, and the mirror was my y-axis, my reflection would be over here. And where would that be? Well, it'd be how far from it? It'd be 1 and 2 over. And how high would that be? 9 up, right? Now I'm going to reflect this over the x-axis. So I want this image to be down here because my mirror is my x-axis. So that's going to be all the way down here, right? 2 over again, and it's going to be all the way down here. So it's going to be 2 over, and how many floors down? All the way down there at -9. And we have C. 45 is C. Okay. '46. The table below shows the temperature. On which day did the low temperature change the most? Table shows the temperature, the low temperature compared to the day before. Which day did the low temperature change the most? Okay, so obviously this one would be, careful, change. So here on Wednesday, the temperature, I don't know, let's say it was 10, it went up to 13.5. Okay, on Wednesday, it dropped. So from 13.5, it dropped 4. So that was your drop. The change, the movement here was 3.5 degrees. On Thursday, I'm going to pick I'm going to pick 10 again. All right, so on Wednesday, let's say it was 10. Thursday, it dropped 4.5. So the movement from this temperature, 4.1, giving us 5.9. All right, the movement here from the high to the low was a movement of 4.1 degrees. Obviously, it was colder. On Friday, if the temperature was 10, it still became 10. So there was no movement. And on Saturday, if the temperature was 10, it dropped again, being colder to 7.8, because that's a decrease of 2.2. So on which of these 4 days did the temperature move the most? Right here. Okay, it dropped -4.1, so that answer is B, Thursday, which is B. Okay. 47. Which expression represents the following situation? Multiply the sum of a number and 3. So the sum of a number. So there's something being added. A number and plus 3 is being multiplied by the difference times, right? So the sum of a number and 3 is going to be multiplied by something which is the difference of 8 and a number. The sum of this, add 2 numbers, find the answer, and multiply that by these 2 subtracted. So is anything that looks like this? All right, well, they use P, so I'm going to change this to P. 8 minus P, do you see this? Oh, I do, right here. P plus 3, you're going to add, and then you're going to multiply that by 8 minus P. So it's the only one that looks like that. And in this case, you definitely need the parentheses to protect the addition and to protect the subtraction. 47 is D. Okay. Clear. 48. Okay, so tougher back list the elevation of the park ranger station and the elevation of, okay, so right, I don't know if this is going to make sense, so let's think elevation, right? This is 0, that's negative, and that's positive. For whatever reason, the park ranger station is at -21, And the elevation of the park, so this is the ranger station. And the park and the visitor station is at negative 29. Okay, that's sea level, that's above ground, is below, above sea level, below sea level. What can we say? Since negative 29 is less than negative 21, the park ranger station is higher. Yeah, it's a higher elevation, so that's true. I'm okay with this. Negative 29 is greater than negative 21? No, so just don't even read the rest. Also, don't read this one because negative 29 is not greater than negative 21. Don't read it. Don't waste your time with, you know that's not true, so that's not possible. So C, negative 29 is less than negative 21, so the park visitor center is higher than the park ranger. It's not. Visitor station is lower. So the only one that makes sense is A. Draw these things. It comes in handy. Okay. 48 is 8. Okay, over 49. Whew. It's very hot. 49? Yeah. There are 17 adults, dogs, and 8 puppies. What statement is correct? Ratio, okay? So we're talking ratio of adult dogs, okay? Adult to puppies is 17 to 8, right? Adult to puppies, 17. So 8 to 17, nope. Order does matter. Ratio of adult dogs to all dogs is 17 to 8, no. Because the ratio of adult dogs is 17 to all the dogs would be the sum of 17 and 8, 25. So B is wrong. C, the ratio of puppies, okay, so we have puppies to adult dogs, it's 8 to 17, so that's also wrong because I write 25 to 8, so that doesn't make sense. And the ratio of puppies, 8, to all dogs at the park is 8 to 25, and that is correct. Okay, because there's 8 puppies for every 25 total dogs. So 49 is D. You have to do well on the multiple choice. Okay, that's where everything is 1. 50. What are the coefficients in the expression? The coefficients are what? The numbers next to the variable. So we have an 8, we have a 12, and we have a 5. So anything with a 7 you can throw out. Garbage, garbage, and this one is the one that you want. Right? Because it's negative 8, 12, and 5. That's the one. So 50 is B. Eliminate. If you see something that makes no sense, get rid of it. 51. Which point of the coordinate plane represents 5 and negative 3? Well, 5 would be, if you start at 0, 0, 5 over, negative 3, you're going down, so that's point R. So 51 is a, some of them are really simple, right? 52, Kalia used 10 cups of raisins to make 5 batches of milk. Let me write this down, because 10 cups of raisins, and she makes 5 batches of cookies. 10 cups of raisins. She makes 5 batches of cookies. How many cups of raisins are in one? How many cups of raisins in one batch of cookies? So 5 cookies, 5, all right, 5 batches. 5 batches of cookies. So to make 5 batches of cookies, you need 10 cups of raisins. So the question is, how many cups of raisins? How many cups of raisins? Because that's going on top, right? Are needed if you make 1 batch of cookie. If you only want to make 1 batch of cookie, how many cups of raisins would you need? Is there a relationship? Yep, divide by 5. Divide by 5, so that gives us 2 cups. That was simple. 52 is B. 53, what's the value? Wow, really? Okay. 5 to the second power plus 4 to the second power. 5 to the second power is 5 times 5, which is 25. Remember, you have a calculator this day, so you can calculate. 4 times 4 times 4 is 16, 64. If you add those two, you get 89. 53 is D. And our last one. Don't cry. I know. There'll be more. 54. No, 55. Oh, 2 more. Sorry. Height of an object dropped from the top of the Empire State can be used with the equation h equals negative, I love that they use negative, where t is the time in seconds after the object is dropped, which is the best estimate for how far above the ground the object will be after 8 seconds. So, physics question. The problem here is this, negative 16 t to the second power plus 1,400. Okay, so you're at the top of the Empire State. Okay, you drop the ball after 8 seconds. It still hasn't reached the floor, so you want to know where your ball is going to be, what floor or how high it's still going to be after 8 seconds. So let's try it. Negative 16, right? And t is going to be replaced with 8 to the second power plus 1,454. Negative 16 times 64 plus 1, 1,454. Now, negative 16 and 64, I am hoping, I mean, they won't give you a question like this. And if they do, I'll be very upset. It's 16 times 64, but it has a negative sign there. Okay, so minus 1024. Okay, it's negative 1024 plus 1454. I'm hoping, but this one might actually be good if you use a calculator. Write the negative sign, negative 16 times 64 to give you this. And on your calculator, I want you to enter it in the way it says here. Minus or negative 1024 plus 1454. And that's going to give you 430. Okay? So, if this is the Empire State, right, and you're dropping, and that ball is dropping, your top height on top is 1,554. As it drops after 8 seconds, let's just stop here. Where is the ball? The ball is at 430 feet above ground yet. It hasn't reached all to the top. Okay, so I doubt they're going to give you, 99.9% sure they won't give you a question that deals with where you multiply it by a negative number. Okay, but that's how you do it. And shoot, I forgot 430. So that's D. And 55. Jason gets $20 to babysit. Okay, so right away, looks like it's a ratio problem. So I'm going to write the relationship like this for 4 hours. He gets what? Jason gets $20 to babysit for 4 hours. He gets $30 to babysit for 6 hours and $50 for 10 hours. Which equation shows how much money Jason gets paid per hour? Okay, so now let's tricky. Let's add all the money. Let's add what he makes. So he made 20 plus 30. What? 20 plus 30 and plus 50. So he made how much? $100. And in how many hours? He made $100 in how many hours? 4 hours, 10 hours, and then put another 10 in 20 hours. So the relationship here is $100, right, in 20 hours. How much does he make in 1 hour? Divide by 20. Divide by 20, right? So that would give him $4 per hour. So to find out how much he makes, or the money, anytime he wants to work, to find out how much he makes, he would do. If I want to know how much I made, I would multiply 4 times the number of hours that I worked. And the only one that makes sense is this one, because that's how much he makes per hour, $4 an hour. It doesn't make $5 an hour, or $10 an hour, or $20 an hour. Okay, he makes $4 an hour. So what you have to do is add all the total here, all the money, add all the hours, and then figure out how much he makes in 1 hour. Okay, so the total here that he made was $100 in 20 hours, which gives him a rate of $4 an hour. So the 55 is A. And that's it, I think. Yeah, yes. Wow, 49